Hi friends, welcome! So I'm going to give you some hopefully really useful tips and tricks on how to use Octane in Apex Legends. Now a couple of subscribers actually asked me to make an Octane tutorial, and with all of the Apex Octane buffs we've had in Season 5, I thought actually it's a really good idea. So I'll do this video and I'll also try and make a series for the other legends. So hop in my Discord if you main any other legend, I'll put a link in the description below, and you can share with me any tips and tricks that you use. And if you're an Octane main, go down in the comments below and leave any tips and tricks that you use as an Octane main, and that will help us all out. In terms of this video, it's not only aimed at people that are new to Apex or Octane, but actually those of you that are seasoned Apex players and maybe you just don't use Octane too much or want to get better with Octane, this video should help you. So I'll start by sharing 5 tips that you can use, and then I'll talk a little bit about your gameplay and how to adapt your gameplay to suit Octane. So tip 1. The first tip is jump pad boost. This trick has been around for a while, so some of you may already know about it, but basically you can get 50% higher with your jump pad if you press the jump button as you make contact with the jump pad. Now with the Season 5 Lost Treasures update, timing has become really important, otherwise you'll either just glitch over the jump pad or you'll use your double jump. And you don't want to waste your double jump right at the start, and I'll explain why in just a second. But to use the boost, make sure as soon as you're about to make contact with the jump pad, you press A, and that's going to give you a 50% boost to your jump with the jump pad. And it actually works for any legend, not just Octane. So yeah, definitely make use of that. Now for the double jump, I recommend waiting till you're kind of on your way down from your jump pad jump, and then use it as a boost to either get further in front or up onto a ledge, or you can use it to change direction and move left or right instead of just jumping in a straight line. Again, I would wait till you're kind of reached terminal velocity and you're on your way down. That's when you want to adjust your direction and use your double jump. The second tip is barrel boost. I don't know if you know this, but actually you can use Octane's jump pad to give a boost to Caustic's barrels, and that basically means you can get a greater distance with Caustic's barrels rather than him just throwing himself, because you can't really throw it that far as a Caustic. But if you throw it onto a jump pad, you can actually launch the barrels towards your enemies, and this is a really great way of turning Caustic's barrels into essentially gas grenades, which is a really cool tip. I don't know if many of you use it, but I used it in a game the other day and it's actually really useful and really effective. By the way, it doesn't work with his ult. Also, it doesn't work with Gibby or Bangalore's ult, so again, don't waste your ults trying this trick with them. It does work with Mirage though, for both his tactical and his ultimate, so if you want to fool enemies by launching yourself and your decoys into the air, that's a neat trick. It does also work for grenades and thermites, but in reality you can throw them quite far naturally anyway, so you don't really need to use a jump pad. The most effective way to use this jump pad is with Caustic's barrels, and it's just a really cool trick, so go give it a try. My third tip, tip 3, is Stim Healing. So with the updates again that came in Season 5, Stim lets you sprint 40% faster and makes you 30% faster with any other kind of movement. And what that means is you can actually time it with the healing, so you can heal yourself and still move quicker than any other legend. And this is really useful if you're low on health and you know an enemy team is shooting at you and you need to get behind cover, but you also want to heal to avoid any third parties. So you can heal while moving fast to get behind that cover. So this is a really neat trick. Again, with the updates that came with the Lost Treasures event, you need to match your timing for the heal. So you need to make sure you pop your stim and then the heal. If you're already healing and you try to pop your stim, it just won't work. So make sure you get the timing right. Tip 4, my fourth tip, the flying heal or reload. So did you know that you can actually heal mid-air when on a jump pad? So this is really beneficial if, say, you're in a 1v2 or 1v3 situation, you run in, you down an opponent, and you throw your jump pad because you want to jump out, heal, and then come back and take out the final 1 or 2 teammates. So the best way to do that is to heal as you're on your jump pad. So throw your jump pad down. As soon as you hit it, pop your heal. That can be a shield battery, it can be a Phoenix kit, it can be any kind of heal, it works, and same for reloads as well. Tip 5, the juiced bunny hop. So Bunny hopping is a really great tool to use, especially if you're being shot at by multiple enemies. It's a great way of 1, just confusing your enemies, and 2, avoiding as much gunfire as possible. And with Octane, you can actually juice that bunny hop. So if you use your stim while you're bunny hopping, you can actually bunny hop a lot quicker. Now I'm on console, so for any of you on console, bunny hopping takes a bit more practice than on PC. I would say it's a lot easier on PC, but yeah, do practice it because bunny hopping is a great tool. And with Octane, using the juiced bunny hop just makes you so much more evasive of that gunfire that's coming towards you. So these were 5 Octane tips and tricks. I hope they were useful for you. These should instantly help you improve the way you play with Octane. Now let's talk a bit about gameplay before we finish. And I just want to talk about gameplay because it's quite important, because Octane is quite an offensive legend, and I would say you probably want to adjust your gameplay style to suit his kind of offensive abilities, and his speed is his biggest weapon. So with that, you really want to be charging into battles as quickly as possible with Octane. And I would say ultimately, Octane is the ultimate third-party legend. He's the legend you really want when you're trying to get third-party kills. His ability to get into fights really quickly and then also use his jump pad and speed to get out of fights, that's one of his biggest skills, and you need to be making use of that. So if your gameplay is typically where you're a bit slower to get into battles, or you like to hang back, I mean, of course you can do that with any legend, but to make the most use of Octane, you really want to be getting into those battles as quickly as possible, and then getting out as quickly as possible as well. Don't hang around if you're Octane. That's very much his character, and that's also kind of how you want to structure your gameplay around him. Don't forget to use your stim to become more evasive to your enemies, so you can basically stim strafe, and it increases your strafing speed, making it harder for your enemies to hit you. So make sure you're using Octane's tools to adjust your gameplay. So those are just some tips. I hope they helped. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to let me know any tips you've got for any other legends that you main, and I'll catch you later.